Maine truth resides.
No. He's actually the guy in the cowboy hat in the Roger incident that lies about everything. He lied on JBL.
Oh, the guy who tried to turn it around and say that he wasn't involved in anything.
Yeah, he's a fucking chronic liar.
So we've heard.
But I don't want to bring his name up or give him any more. Free press.
Yeah, but Louis, I just say, Louis, we sat and watched I edited the whole kick stream from what incident to incident, and you can literally watch what he says on camera on the kick stream. It's like, oh yeah, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's like you're willing to openly lie, and then JBL is like, oh, I believe him. I think he did a good job clearing his name, and he's just trying to save his face a little bit, but that wasn't a good look.
No.
Did you watch the video?
That's not a good look, you think?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was in the chat too talking shit. That was the best part. Dude, I'm the king of fucking petty.
We got some chats in here too, by the way. We got from Yeet.
Holy crap.
He said, howdy y'all. Thank you, Doug, for acting when many did not. I think we all said that. How crazy it was that it was a multi-man match.
And
it took you to stop what was happening.
Yeah, that was kind of insane.
It's fucking crazy. There were at least another 4 or 5 people. And then of course there was just what we found out was a 17-year-old in the ring trying to
sorry, I gotta correct that. He's 18 now, guys. He told me, Doug.
Oh, he's 18 now. But
I'm a man.
Oh, okay.
And he's a man.
But still, it's still crazy that this it didn't have to take you jumping in from the back to stop what was going on. We talked about this. I think it was a couple weeks when we brought this up again. It's like this business. You're supposed to be protecting each other. Everybody knows what a work punch and what a shoot is. And if there was any of us around this area, and that was one of our friends, we would be in that fucking ring, immediately stopping it. And we even made the joke, like I said, our wrestling dad. If that was one of us, because he's one of the trainers for our school, the Limitless Dojo. If it was one of the students and that happened to him, we would have to be pulling him off of him.
Commit a felony real fast is how serious he does.
So it's just crazy that it took you to step in and everybody literally just watch almost a murder happen in the ring.
Honestly, it is crazy to me. The more I think about it, it's like, and then I don't know if you guys saw the back angle video where I was throwing punches. I don't know if you saw the process of hooks.
I've been trying to find other videos or whatever because I didn't see it, but I heard that somebody covered Stu afterwards after the whole
that angled video shows me throwing punches from that angle. That's why when I bit him in a corner, he slipped an underhook out of my underhook when everyone got under me and him and they got to distance. It took my underhook away and he slipped and threw that punch and he actually cut my eye open.
Ooh.
So I headbutt him. As soon as he punched me, that's when I looked at him and headbutt him immediately. And then I threw a left, I threw a hook on the hand, and then I went punched him in the forehead and the right, and he had his guard up pretty good. He had a tight little guard. But then right when I was going to throw more, my buddy, his character's Ray Rico, pulled me off of him, and he was trying to remind me, hey, there's kids, fucking, calm the fuck down. And then he also had to stop me from going outside too, because after Roger was left to walk out, I found out and I said, fuck that, and I went outside to go fight him again.
Oh shit!
And then that's when he took off.
Yeah, no, I lost my shit when I saw the blood pour down on my chest. I lost my absolute shit.
I get that because I'm a little bit like that when I've been in like 3 fights in my entire life. Like getting hit, I just kind of usually laugh, but if I see blood, I'm like, oh, okay, now you die.
Yeah, I go for the throw. Typically, if you get me into a fight, like I go for the pain, but I always just try to control it a little bit. But if somebody gets my adrenaline going too much, I am notorious. If I throw a tantrum, I'll just put it this way: when I throw tantrums, I'm inconsolable. From the moment I was like born and put in this world, the minute I lose it, I mean, I bite, I scratch, I gouge eyes, like I'll bite facial features. I don't care.
Yeah.
And like I wish I wasn't that way, but those are natural reactions for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's understandable.
Someone in the chat, and I'm sure you heard this. I guess Raja got arrested today. Like actually, like
no, yesterday.
Yes, oh, it was yesterday.
It was
Okay.
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a video on it, and then my buddies from Scaling Up came over with half a gallon of milk. They said,
Yeah, I saw that. I was watching that before. Before you came on, that you guys were discussing that.
Yeah, I was attacked, and they tried to rob me, and ended up biting somebody there too. I have a thing with biting. It seems to be my go-to. I will bite you in the fucking face if I'm in a fight with you. Like I'm just like I'm not having a Donnybrook. I'm gonna bite you like I'm a fucking T-Rex. He was my favorite character in Jurassic Park, and this is where I'm at.
Clearly, we learned that from the Raja incident. Though,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude.
I was gonna say we should probably go into that since that was like the main
we
event
didn't
to
talk
this
about
whole
that on the
situation.
We talk about here and there. Yeah, we haven't really talked mainly about that. Just the
What's a little bit of curiosity, you're watching this, you're fighting this dude, and you're just sitting there looking, and you're like, man, he's got a big meaty trap. Wonder what it tastes like. And then you bite him, and you're like, dude, it tastes like sweat and asshole. Yeah.
So yeah, he got arrested. We all finally. It took them fucking weeks, which is crazy.
California does that. They won't even arrest the pedophiles. That's why we don't do LA County with the Scaling Up.
Well, I've heard that it's fucking ridiculous about that shit.
But anyways, with the Raja situation, the beer can thing happened when I wasn't looking. My back was turned. If you see the whole video, then I had my match, came out there, and then fucking the booker comes over to me and he goes, hey, there might be a terrible incident. Or no, he said there might be an issue. Can you just make sure everything's safe? I was like, well, what's the spot? What's happening? Well, I don't know. And he goes, did you see what happened earlier? I said, no. He goes, the whole beer can thing tells me about it. I was like, why the fuck would he do that? If you hit me with a beer can, I'll fuck you up. And I was like, oh shit, that's not good. And he goes, oh, they apologize? Like, oh, so they apologize. And he goes, yeah. So I was like, it's fine. He goes, yeah. I was like, okay, so it's not that big of a deal. Right? So I go out there, I talk to the security guy. Security guy goes, I don't know about any spot.
Not to cut you off, but it kind of seemed like in that video with Raja, when after it happened, and then I called him Cowboy Cuntface. When
Cowboy Cuntface was the term.
When they were talking about,
don't even mention his name because he thinks that people are clout chasing. You have to have clout to chase it, you fucking loser.
When they were talking about receipt, it kind of felt like this scenario was planned, where this incident would happen, because like Stu even said, like he saw the camera, he thought they were doing an angle, whatever. It kind of, for me, kind of felt like maybe there was a conversation beforehand that saying this guy's going to show up, we're going to get some heat and whatever for this match. So when they were talking about the receipt, it kind of felt like, oh, so you expected this to happen with Stu, and we're now going to go off the rails, basically.
I don't know about if that was expected to happen, but I do know that fucking dipshit had a prior issue. And Stu gave him a car, and he never paid for it. And him and Stu had a problem over that. Stu also gave him a place to stay when he was homeless, took care of him. So this fucking moron, for him to say that he's a fucking idiot, make sure you give him a receipt. Remember what a receipt is? Tag his shit. Give him a real one, whatever the fuck he said, right?
Yeah.
That fucking moron, for you to utter those words after this guy's done so much for you and not try to de-escalate, calm somebody down, when you know that this guy has an arrest record, you know that he's volatile, he shoots on his training partners in MMA all the time, you know that he had a concussion, you know that he's always done some unhinged shit. You brought somebody like that, knowing their past behavior, knowing that you live streamed with him the day before you did all this shit, and you guys are always talking shit about fighting and trying to be tough because bravado's the name of the game for losers. That motherfucker brought that scenario and didn't try to de-escalate it. He's responsible because he brought a fucking guest into a place where he has fraternity with people and an understanding that we're supposed to keep each other safe.
Right.
So we're putting our lives in people's hands, and we're putting our trust that you're bringing somebody that's safe because you're bringing them, and you're one of us, and you chose that person over from fraternity, and you encourage real violence when there's kids present. Unfucking forgivable.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's why it kind of felt like this was like something that either like had a grudge against him or whatever, because it's just that scenario happened, and then it's like oh, you give him a receipt. You remember how I told you about a receipt? It's like, why the fuck are you talking about receipts to a guy that's just showing up? It's like to me it kind of felt like that. Oh, this is a scenario that he was hoping that would escalate. And then this would happen. Type.
Yeah,
shit.
I don't believe in coincidence. So the fact that it happened and there was a prior issue, I don't believe in coincidence. So you did what you did. You said you didn't do anything to de-escalate. You ran away like a coward after the event. The family told you to leave when you tried to show up to the fucking hospital. Then when you showed up to the hospital, you walked over to Elias, the young kid. You tried to pull him off first, and you said, "What was the spot? Oh, that's weird. Why would they have an MMA guy in there with a pro wrestler?" His exact words.
Oh my god.
Already trying to dodge what he did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So you're already setting up your lies.
Well,
so the fact, yeah.
Just not only that, he like completely backtracked. He was like, like when he was on the, I can't remember who's, whatever, talking about it. He's like, oh, I had no control of him, blah 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 blah. And it's exactly like you said. You knew all this shit. You're friends with this guy. You knew that he had concussion. You knew that he would just go off the rails, and yet you still allowed this shit to happen.
Yeah, and then you're already presetting your lies. You lied when my buddy Alex asked him, "Hey, was that you on the phone with him? Was that you on the phone using the N-word? Was that you? I heard your fucking voice. I would never use that word. It's against my culture." Goes on CT Fletcher's podcast. It's me, Andre. My life is ruined.
It's on Raja's kick before it got taken down.
Yeah.
It's on the video.
Yeah, I know. The other part of that too is this fucking dipshit was on CT's podcast saying kayfabe is dead. Then he's on JBL saying that he believes in kayfabe. You know, there's so much that goes into all of it. But in trying to run away from and setting up all of these things and just constantly lying, you know. Like, that's what makes me believe that you're a part of something when you lie. And you haven't apologized or done anything to help take accountability for any of the fucking behavior or actions that happened. Like, what a fucking coward. And because he hasn't apologized, because he hasn't taken accountability, because he lied, now Rampage is talking shit about Stu. Stu's family is getting harassed. Rampage is getting harassed. Two parties that need to be healing and focused on dealing with the situation are getting outside heat from people not involved in a situation because somebody's fucking lying about it.
Yeah.
How fucking terrible of a person are you where you can't take accountability? I had to tell my 14-year-old little kid, he's not my kid, but my friend Vera's kid, right? But I love this kid. I love him to death, and he's impressionable, and he looks up to me, and he looks up to my friends, right? And I have to tell him, Eli, look, little man, like, if you fuck up in life, you have to take accountability, no matter how bad it is. And I said, it starts with the little things. Your mom asks you a question, you lie to her, you're skipping accountability. Always own things in life. You have to learn to take accountability early and often and always, or when big things happen, you're not going to take accountability. Now you can't heal. You can't grow. Right. The people that you hurt can't grow. Nobody can grow and heal from the situation because you're gatekeeping that by lying. I'd explain to him this whole scenario based on this fucking asshole, and that kid had to watch the whole Raja situation. He watched the whole incident.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And like, yeah, with the Rampage Jackson shit, like I know he kept on putting out like the like he went to like a doctor or whatever, and they did like that specialized in like helping people with the face, and
went on camera saying, I want to pay for Stu's, I want Stu to get this and pay for it, try to stay face, and then turn around and go like, Stu's like he's kind of being an asshole. He's not like apologizing about the scenario, even though it was, the beer
He's
can
also
thing.
still recovering. He's also still fucking recovering. At the time that he said that, Stu couldn't walk without a fucking walker because he'd get dizzy. He was forgetting what he was saying. Stu needs to fucking heal, and that's why I don't talk to him so much, or I'm not hitting him up, because I'm directly tied to this fucking incident.
Yeah.
And if I talk to him, he's going to think about the incident because I'm directly involved with what fucking happened. So, like, I can't even check on my fucking friend. All I could do is fucking raise money and try to put the truth out there because these fucking morons are talking out of their fucking assholes. Like, the fact
Stu needs to apologize. I'm like, okay, the beer can thing, yeah, sure, whatever.
Suck my dick.
But he didn't get Stu got his face rearranged. It's like
He almost died in the middle of the ring.
I wouldn't be apologizing. If I popped you in the head of the beer can, and I'm pretty sure it was, looking at it was worked.
Here's the other thing.
Well, first of all, if you hit me with a beer can on the spot, I'd fuck you up.
Yeah.
The situation's done right then and there. I wouldn't walk away and premeditate and wait for your body to be surrendered to me for me to leave you fucking unresponsive and try to kill you.
There'd at least be like, bro, what the fuck? In that instance.
Incident would have happened then and there instead of in the ring, I feel like this entire thing would have been a whole different situation.
Bro, if they would have just fucking told me earlier about the fucking situation, because the reason they even told me something bad might happen is because I don't let bad things happen, and I advocate for morals, and I'll stick up for people. And I would have walked straight up to Raja after that fucking incident and be like, hey, I want you to understand that this situation was bad. It happened, but like, we got to keep it peaceful. There's kids here. Like, if you're still feeling like you want to hurt this person, let's just go talk outside. Let's figure this out. Let's separate ourselves from the moment. If it escalates between me and him, fuck it, whatever. But if I could talk him off the ledge, then we just have a scuffle, an altercation, maybe some words, or maybe we talk it down. Maybe I could reason with him, like maybe something better. But the fact that nobody was willing to pull him aside and be a good mentor to him, a good friend, like Raja needed a friend that day just as much as everyone else. Yeah. Because a good mentor, if my little brother would have shown his ass, or if I know he was fucking crazy, something like that would happen, I would never fucking let him off the fucking leash. I'd have him right next to me, like, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? Do we need to leave? Do we need to leave and like change the scenery? Because I can't allow you to get arrested and ruin your life. I can't allow you to do something bad in front of people and kids. Like, let's talk about this. Come on, bud. And if him and I got into a scrap over it, so what? It ends right there. Like, you have to be the guy to put yourself between that. And like a lot of me is really mad because I didn't know before Raja even was sitting on the side. I wish I could have got to talk to him. I bet you I could have solved the situation with words.
Right. Well, it didn't help.
I bet you I could have.
And instead, it got instigated. It got instigated.
But fuck his chat. I would have put all the pressure on me. I would have just talked shit to his chat.
And not even just the chat. It instigated by, Cunface, the fucking.
Oh god, dude! I have. Man.
Well, not only that, like
more than once, I have told him how I had felt.
I
bet.
And like I said, like
at this point,
Rampage is asking for apology for Stu. I have yet to hear an apology from Raja for almost killing him in the middle of the fucking ring.
So leading into that, I don't know. I'm assuming, Doug, you know that Rampage got arrested for it all.
Raja, not Rampage.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Raja.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Yes.
I'm not mad at Rampage because I don't expect anybody to have a coherent response when think about this. Raja is his son. Raja came from his balls. He is a piece of Rampage. I want you to think about this. I really, really think about it. When people want to demonize Rampage, that is a piece of him in the world that he loves more than anything and he'll die for.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't expect a rational response out of him, and I expect him to do everything that he can to make sure that Raja has the best scenario available to him. And I think that's endearing, and I think that every father should do that. I don't care if you're perfect. Like, there's no perfect way to handle this situation for anybody. Nobody will be perfect in this situation. So, like, from a father's perspective, I want people to think from a father's perspective. What would you do if a piece of you that you put into this world that you love more than anything in the world was facing 20 years in jail or something like that and could ruin their life? And you're not going to be able to make sure he's okay. You're not going to be able to touch him. You're not going to be able to console him. You're not going to be able to love on him. He's going to be locked away with people that are probably going to want to murder him.
Yeah.
No one thinks about this shit,
No.
you know? And like that's what Rampage has to think about. So
Yeah.
who the fuck is anybody to get mad at him? Fuck you. You know, like that. If that, I don't care if that was still a piece of me. Like if one of my little cousins did something so terrible and I wasn't able to save him from it, I would be heartbroken and I would do whatever it takes to make sure that I could keep him from that. Like my nephew, or like anything in the fucking world. I would say anything. I'd go show my fucking ass with all the attention's on me and I could take it off of them.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like I got to do something like that. Like that's the thing. So like when it comes to Rampage, like I want people to like think about that perspective, you know, and like just be real. You don't have to appreciate how someone handles something. You may not like it, but like at least understand that that's just a father fighting for his son.
Right.
You know, and as far as Raja goes, his energy that day, like I have snapped. Well, I've snapped. I'm not a saint. I mean, anyone who knows me can attest that I have been the devil. I have been an angel. I have been everything. You know, and by the grace of God, I've been blessed by having good people around me or not being caught. Right. So
Mhm.
with Raja, I really do hope that all of that pain, because what people like when I snapped, at least, I gave people my pain. Whatever I felt inside that it was building and bubbling and growing and festering, and I couldn't get it out normally, and I didn't know where to place it. Anybody that gave me the excuse to employ my emotions on them, I would sign them up for an ass whooping that was unscrupulous. You know, like I would give them every piece of my hurt. And they didn't deserve that. I walked them into that situation so that I could selfishly exact my rage on them. Right? Raja did something similar. That's why I really think that he does need jail time because of what he did. Unfortunately, when you do something wrong and you do something bad, you have to have punishment. But I really
Especially
do
that
hope that
level.
oh God, it was terrible. But like, I'm not advocating for him, but what I'm saying is I really hope that he gets mental health treatment for his trauma. Like when you
Yeah.
watch the video of Rampage saying his son hasn't been the same since his mom died, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Rampage was trying to be an entertainer, but he's on live stream, but you could tell he's saying that and there's pain in his voice
Mhm.
and in his soul at the moment. So you know it's real, right? So you know that type of trauma, I couldn't tell you how much pain. Like my mom is my world.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a day without my mom. And it's the
And you,
greatest fear that I have in my life is the day that I lose my mom. And it's the greatest fear that I have that I can't help her retire. Like, I mean, my mom is my life, right? So
yeah.
I feel for that. Like, so like he needs help with that trauma. He needs, because men, we need that feminine energy. We need women in our life. Like all the testosterone in the world surrounding you. And if you don't have that fucking, that woman's love and presence in your life, that's like the yin to our yang. You know, like that's our counterbalance. That's what
Right.
keeps us from going off the fucking rails. So, you know, like he needs to solve that trauma. You know, like that's the hurt, you know, like that right there is that's a trigger that can do some damage.
And he
So like
also had,
that's yeah.
I was gonna say, and also had the you know, on the live he was talking about like no one's gonna see me as a bitch, shit like that, and probably that, you know, obviously doesn't help that the you know, if going
Walking in his
losing,
dad's footsteps.
yeah.
You know,
There's obviously
I know.
something there with his dad, like maybe I don't know, like with the one parent gone and if your father, you feel like your father's talking down to you, probably isn't really a good scenario. You know, like good
Yeah,
headspace.
But his dad's a fighter. You know, that type of love is he wants to toughen his son up towards the world. Like dads are supposed to harden you up. Like the dad is supposed to take you into rubber and turn you into like titanium. You know, or mold you from rubber to titanium. Like that. The dad is supposed to make you harder because life would never be fair to you as a man. Nobody cares about your feelings.
Yep.
Nobody cares if you had a bad day. Nobody gives a fuck if you're poor. If you're poor as a man, men make fun of you. If you're poor as a woman, men take care of you. Somebody will take care of you. What I'm saying is like, and I know it sounds shitty to say that, but like, think about it. Like, nobody gives a fuck about men. Nobody cares about men.
It's 100% true.
Nobody ever cares about a man's emotions. Oh, suck it up. You're a bitch. You got to take care of it. You better get it together. Like, you know, but we have emotions too. And if they're left unattended, like we're fucked. We're fucked. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Raja needs that, like he's missing that component where somebody gives a fuck about his emotions because men don't care about other men. He's surrounded by way too many men. Like, you know, like even the studies that have come out where they talk about like men's psychological health or people that have walked in men's shoes. You know what I mean? Like they went from like women who wanted to try to be a man, right? Like walking or became a man and try to like hold that, or they do the experiments. They find that it's so depressing to be a man because nobody gives a shit about you. You lose friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everything, like
100%.
the world's cruel to men, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think he is a poster child for unvetted men's mental health. You know, that's where I'm going with that.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know, he needs some love and caring in his life, and he needs to work those issues out, and he needs to find it within himself. Not like he doesn't need it from everyone else. He needs to learn to love himself. Like, and that's where like moms come into play. Moms help you find that love for yourself. You know, moms are the people that they give you the, you know, it's gonna be all right. You know, like this and this and this, and like that extra support you need in times that you're weak. You know, you tell your dad like, oh man, life's fucking suck. I'm struggling, this and that. They'll be like, I don't know, bud. You got to figure it out. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. You know, it's just a different dynamic.